Hello Leo, and welcome to your couples love reading. I'll be focusing on the things like you and your partner can support each other, what you need from each other, just basic things that you might need to know right now in your current situation. If you're new, please like, share and subscribe if you enjoy the content, and also don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. If you're not new, thank you for already subscribing, and I do very much appreciate your continued support. I really do. So this reading is for Leo, and therefore it cannot and will not resonate with everybody. So please just take what does and leave what doesn't. You can also check out your moon, rising and Venus signs, or you can come back and check in a few weeks or a few months and see if this resonates with you anymore then. Okay, so just give the cards a bit of a shuffle. And I'll lay them out. The top row is going to be for yourself, the bottom row is going to be for your partner. Okay, and also doesn't necessarily have to be a partner, I guess. It could be a friend, if you've any kind of relationship really. I do tend to focus a bit more on the love aspect of things because that's just generally what comes through to me. So that's all nicely laid out now. I'm just going to move these cards down out the way a little bit, gives it a little bit more space. There we go. So this is what you can learn from each other. So I think what you can learn from your partner is to be a bit more positive about the future. I'm not saying you're negative, I'm not saying that at all, but maybe you don't always expect the best. Maybe you're always thinking the worst or expecting the worst. Or maybe you don't even think about the future, and that's something that you can learn from your partner, is to maybe plan a bit more for the future and be positive and optimistic about it. Okay, I don't know if your partner's maybe one of those people who is very organised and planned and has a vision for the future, and you're maybe a little bit more carefree, which isn't a bad thing. And because what I'm seeing here from your partner is that they can learn from you to be a little bit more carefree, that nothing, everything doesn't have to be so rigid. It can be fun. You know, life can be fun, and it should be as well. So maybe that's something they can learn from you, and you can learn from them, that organisation of having a vision and planning for the future. Okay, so let's see, what do you expect from each other? So I think what you expect from your partner is to be confident with their place in your life, to not doubt it or judge it or question it in any way. I think that's what you expect from your partner, is to trust you and where they stand with you, without you having to maybe constantly reassure. Okay, I think what they're expecting from you is a bit of reassurance that they're the one, because their card is I listen to my heart and follow my nose. So I don't know if maybe this is a new relationship and you've been holding back a little bit, and they want you to come forward and maybe lay out, like maybe express what you're feeling a bit. Um, and I feel like you feel like they should just know it. I feel like you feel like they should just know, or that they should just be confident in where it is rather than putting the pressure on trying to find out where they stand. Whereas I think they're in that place where they're like, well, is this going somewhere or isn't it? So I don't know if this is a fairly new relationship. That's just what I'm feeling from this reading so far. Okay. Let's see how you can support each other. I'm making a mess of these cards here. So for yourself, um, I think the way you can support your partner is by healing yourself from past hurt. So I don't know if you're holding yourself back because you've previously been hurt and you're still holding on to that a little bit. And you might need to maybe do some release work to let that go in order to support them and to support the relationship. Okay? Because I'm not saying you are doing this, but sometimes when you hurt from a past relationship and you enter a new one, you may project those hurts onto your new partner, even though it's, they're not the same person, they're not the person doing this, okay? Or even if they are someone who has hurt you in the past, um, in order to move forward, you have to leave it in the past, and give them a chance to prove themselves, okay? And yeah, and what I'm seeing from your partner, the way they can support yourself and support the relationship is to have compassion for themselves regarding the past, looking back on the past with compassion for themselves, forgiving themselves. So if they have previously wronged you or hurt you in the past, then the way you need to support each other is by letting it go, and showing each other a bit of compassion. They need to show themselves some compassion, and I think you need to maybe show them some compassion. In order to move forward, because if you can't let it go, then it can't go forward. Does that make any sense to you? I hope that does. Let's see what you need from each other. No, sorry, we're going to look at the ways in which you can be better partners or the best partners to each other. Okay? Yeah. So for you to be the best partner is to make that breakthrough, is to make that breakthrough of letting the past go. Whether that's past hurts from a previous relationship or past hurts that they've caused you, in order to move forward, you need that breakthrough. You need to be open to that breakthrough and push through. You may need to communicate with each other, because I feel like for them, they've maybe withdrawn a little bit, and they need to not withdraw. They need to come forward and maybe you need to have some open communication, or if it's a past hurt from a past relationship, you need to have that open communication with this person, with your new person, with your partner, so that they understand where you're coming from, because they may have withdrawn a little bit because they don't understand. Like I said, what I felt here was that they wanted you to open up and you weren't really doing that. And I think that you can, that breakthrough could be that communication of opening up and expressing how you feel and explaining any past hurts that you've had, and that way you might be able to move forward from it and let it go, so that you can make that movement forward within this relationship, okay? Or like say, if it's something they've done, they need to understand how it's hurt you and um, how it's affected you and how it's affected the relationship. Okay, let's see what you need from each other now. So what I'm seeing, what you need, what they need from you is for you to be open and make a decision on the relationship, basically, because like I say, so I do think this is a fairly new one, isn't it? This is a fairly new relationship, and I do feel like they want you to and what they need from you right now is that reassurance, is that yes or no, is this going somewhere, is it not going somewhere, um Obviously, if it's too soon in a relationship and you're not ready to do that, then you don't do it. But if you've reached that point within the relationship, like you've been seeing each other for a while, it might be time to have that conversation and say whether you feel like it's going somewhere or not. Okay. Um, but what I'm feeling, what they need, what you need from them is for them to move on and look at their other options. That card does represent back and forth of communication, and maybe you need that from them. But this card says I manifest multiple opportunities. So when I'm seeing from what you need from them is for them to manifest multiple opportunities. Um, Within a relationship, I see that as you possibly want them to look at their other options and not make you their only option. So with regards to what I've just said before, if you're not feeling like this person is the one for you, then you are at that point where you need to make that decision and tell them and let them go, let them manifest their other opportunities. Let's see what direction you could possibly take this relationship or where you should take it. Yeah, so with the two of you, I feel like they actually need to nurture themselves a little bit. But I think with nurture, I mean, you could make it work. I don't know if it's you holding yourself back and you feel like you need to let the relationship go because you're not quite ready for it to be where they want it to be. But you could put in the work and reap the rewards of a pleasant relationship here. I think you could be dealing with possibly an air sign because I've got Aquarius there and I've also got a couple of swords here. So Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, basically. Um, there is some fire here, but I think that maybe represents yourself. Either that or you're dealing with another Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. But I've also got Pentacles, so Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. But I do feel like if you put some nurturing into this, if you work on the relationship, work together, that you could reap the rewards. Okay, that it could be quite a promising relationship. So, Leo, that was your relationship couples reading. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will see you very soon. Bye bye.